Good morning from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's 9:33 a.m. on Tuesday, the 18th of August, 2026. I had to think about it, what day it was today. The days bleed into each other when you're not out in the working world with other people, and obligatory time schedules of other people's creationship, and you just flow. It can get a bit away on you, but I'm okay with that. I love it, actually, that I can come and go as I please. So I'm sneaking in a quick little video because I'm going out with my friend Tarina. I invited her out. We're going to go to have lunch at Alexandra Hills Hotel and make a little forays on the way. So it'll be nice. And then I think maybe after we've had lunch, we might take a mosey on down to Cleveland Point and sit and have a coffee there and look out at the sea. The mama tea craves the sea always, because I was raised by the sea, and I'm not really meant to be living at the foot of a forest in the hills of Holland Park or Whites Hill, as the case may be. I'm not meant to be stuck in the... I'm not a foresty person, really. I do love trees and I do love the atmosphere of forests, but given a choice between the two, I prefer the sea every time. I come from seafaring folk on both sides of the family, actually. So it's kind of in my blood and my DNA and my essence, my spirit. And, it'll be nice. It'll be nice to sit by the sea for a little bit, for a while, enjoying the fresh air. And there's no sunshine today. It's a bit shite. The sun just glimmered through a little bit, but it's a bit of a murky, rainy day. So that's why I said to Tarina, we'll just do sort of indoor activities like have lunch and sit in the coffee shop. It'll be nice. Looking forward to it. So I've got an hour before I have to chuff off and go and pick her up. So I'll sneak in a story. I figure I'll probably get at least one little story because they're just little short pieces of prose mostly, not long whacking chapters like we had with Spike Milligan that would take 2 or 3 videos. So we'll just see how I go, people of Earth. I'll contribute to the best of my abilities, and then I'll quit. I'm getting my hair done on Wednesday. My hairdresser, my beautiful Kylie. She's so good to me. We had I had a fault with a special temporary dye I bought. Wouldn't foam wouldn't work properly, so I'm all itsy and bitsy. So tomorrow she's gonna give me another bit of a help with the dye so it blends in all the old blonde foils and makes me more silvery grey all over. So I'm looking forward to that because I'd like to be, I like to have my hair look reasonably nice. It's the only thing I'm vain about. That and wearing nice jewellery, which I mostly make myself. I made these couple of years ago now, cast little sterling silver hearts and set this little stone. So that was a learning experience on learning how to set the stones, but I need to practice more. I've got proper gravers now. I might need more different gravers of varying different angles, but I want to practice that a lot more. But money, life is funny in a psychedelic dreamer's world. And but yes, that's going to be my goal. It's what I bought little setting burrs to drill the holes I did these with little ball burrs, which wasn't ideal, but it was all I had at the time. But I've bought the setting burrs now, and I might need setting burrs in larger sizes for larger stones. That'll be another expense, but bit by bit I'm cobbling it together, people of Earth, and gravers, and then I'll be away once I learn how to make more of these star type patterns. I just how did I do those actually? They're not done with gravers. I didn't have them 2 years ago. What did I do? Yeah, I just kind of made little slashes across. That stone's actually fractured. If you look close, I fractured it in the setting, so it needs to be pulled out and a new one put in, but I don't think I had any more little blue topaz stones, so it's actually a bit of a mess, but I don't care. I'll wear it anyway. I quite like it. And got to own your own mistakes, people of Earth. Own your own fucking mistakes. And what happened with that stone? That one I think was... No, that also looks like it's got cracks in it. So yes, I really should dig them both out and redo them. One day I will. I'll have to buy more stones of the same size though. And they weren't very expensive at the time, so it's all good. It just, if you don't look close, you just see the little blue flashing. Ideally with the lovely red rose and the red dress of the, you know, the dancing skeletons. It would have looked nice to have a little garnet or ruby to match up with the red anyway. But I figured he had, you know, green hat. A little peridot would be nice to match his green. Well, something to think about, isn't it? Some gentleman's parked up here and he's walking. Is he coming to my house? I don't know him. Elderly gentleman. No, he's walking down the road, so it's not someone coming to see me, is what I'm saying. It's a bit weird. Noticed that car parked there a while. Must be some visitor of one of the neighbours. They're allowed to have visitors, you know. I'm just being a sticky beak, as they call it in Australia. Well, anyway. Oh, the sun's shining. Lovely. Right, let us continue. I'm running out of time. Time is of the essence, people of Earth. With A.L. Kennedy. Oh, last night I added to yesterday's video because I couldn't pronounce David Bezmoges right. What was I calling him? Bezmozji. I had no idea how to pronounce his name. Bezmozji. I was just giving him some kind of weird Russian, Turkish inflection. I have no idea where his name comes from. But anyway, it's Bezmozges. Bezmozges. You see, it sounds good when you get it right, doesn't it? David Bezmozges. Which is kind of weird because my mother's name was Gisela, and it's got the giz at the end. But at the end of the day, it's just a matter of all that jizz, isn't it? Sorry, David Bezmozges. This isn't, I'm not having a go at you and having a go at my mother Gisela, because I can, because she was an asshole. But anyway, apart from that, I better stop while I'm ahead. It's a beautiful day and we're in perfect harmonic resonance. Ooh. Oh, and I also learned, you know, from Wikipedia that it's Chris Batchelder. Batchelder. Batch as in bachelor or a batch you live in on a beach. Batchelder. And what was I was trying to give him some kind of German sounding, Bachelder, I think I said. And I even joked, you can tell I'm part German when everything starts sounding German when I can't pronounce things. By the goddess, so you kind of have to laugh at my mistakes. But Kennedy's a good, solid Irish name, and I don't think I've got that one wrong. So let us continue with the story. A.L. Kennedy's like thinking to himself, phew, thank God I'm Irish and she can pronounce my name without making a complete dick of herself and making me feel a bit weirded out too. It's important to get people's names right though. That's why I made the effort to find out how to pronounce Bismosgy, because it's important. If I ever met him in real life, I wouldn't recognise him if I fell over him anyway. He'd have to come up to me and say, Ms. Tanya Boadicea, I am David Bismosgus, and thank you for getting my name right, Bismosgus. See, I've still got to work at it. It's still hard. Once you learn a name wrong, it's hard to reframe. It's really hard to reframe. What's in a name? Power, energy, identity, personal integrity, authority, certain kind of music or nuance or poetry, sometimes oozing sexuality, or in my case with the Boadicea, the name of a great chieftain that had the courage and the couth to defend her daughters, her lands, her people, took on the Roman Empire. Let there be peace in all realms, dimensions, vectors, here on earth and in the multiverses. But to you, Boadicea, the ancient Icenian queen, for setting a standard for all women to follow, never to cede, quit or yield, and defend your honour, your body autonomy, your daughters, your lifestyle, your country, your people, your tribe, your way of living, your gods. Right, on we go and on we go. A.L. Kennedy. Another room. We still have these in common, at least. The so very many rooms. Not exactly empty, hardly full. And the small, unbalanced weight of us, soft inside them, while we look at the distance between the window and the wardrobe, the bathroom and the table, the nightstand and the necessary bed. If they give us nothing else, there always is a bed. The cities outside, they don't matter. I am in my rooms and you are in yours, and the distance between us, too deep to see. Oh, dear goddess. And the travelling. We both know about that. One loneliness pursuing while we hide in the rush of another, our type of flight. The way to Norwich, I remember, was very cold. Trains stammered and wandered and stopped in the damp, flat country, and the sleet kept coming, nothing to stop it. And my coat still smelt of holding you, which is to say of that goodbye, which seemed hardly final at all, and also like tumbling over into nothing, no one. Although I am an adult, we are both of us adults, and quite aware that we can live without anybody, anything. There are very few losses we won't survive after our fashion. Keeping ourselves from the thoughts we would rather not have, and breathing and blinking and swallowing as we should. We look very much like other adults. Are credible. Such a bad journey though to Norwich. And I wanted to call you and say how many hours longer it lasted than it ought to have done. How many baths I took to try and warm my hands, my body, rinse away what won't be shifted. A little Formica unit in that room, Bible and a hairless carpet, television bolted to the wall. My cleaning lady, my caseworker, Harata's going to hate it when I get back to spinning again, because there's always bits of wool in my carpet, which she vacuums up. Oh, anyway, the alpaca fleece that I washed on Sunday, it's today, Tuesday, it's still drying. So I'm just going to do it, as I said yesterday, in small batches. But I'm loving it. Just what else am I going to do with my day? I love it. I actually love working with natural fibres, and I don't like Formica. I've got a Formica bench in my kitchen, which is really needs painting or replacing. It's so old and tatty now, but I don't like Formica. I like, I got rid of all my, apart from that one filing cabinet, I got rid of all my IKEA furniture because I just want natural timber and natural fibres, and being surrounded with things as much as possible that are authentic and real and come from nature. It's got a different vibration and it's healthier to be breathing in rather than all the ghastly off-gassing from all those chemical-laden pieces of junk that we buy because it's fashionable or cheap or all we can manage. Dear Goddess. Right. I bought a stainless steel trolley yesterday because the cage that I bought about a year, how long have I had the birds? Just over a year. So I bought it about 8 months ago. Bloody hasn't got bracing and it just leans over. So I'm going to put it on the stainless steel trolley, and that way I'll be able to move it around quickly if snaky person decides to try and eat my birds. I'll actually physically be able to move it in an emergency quickly. I've been worried about that. I've been worried about it since I saw the snake a few days ago. It's a week ago now, isn't it? So I thought, well, no good worrying. I just have to simply spend the money and streamline things so I can make it work. And hopefully, the stainless steel trolley will rust probably from underneath, but hopefully it'll hold the cage better and give better support and, as I say, be able to move it faster than that one that's wobbly and wonky, and I'm having trouble moving it around the garden as it is. Shitty things that aren't made properly, that are done like shitty, really piss me off, because then I have to spend extra money to make it right. I have to buy a kettle today too. My kettle died. It wasn't that old, but it got wet and died and kept flicking the bloody safety switch. So that's another little added expense. But it's all good, people of Earth. I make it work one way or the other. Right, where was I? Little Formica unit in that room, Bible and a hairless carpet, television bolted to the wall, fawn kettle, 3 custard creams I didn't eat, and this space I could almost touch. Could have occupied a month before, a week before. The shape of myself on the bed and calling you, feeling better, understood. Like being in London and back in that place I can't go to anymore, where the rooms have good thick walls and little kitchens, proper sheets, and meeting the way we did then, on the run and gently, perfectly unhinged. You do feel a bit unhinged when you're in the throes of love or passion for someone, don't you? I remember feeling unhinged one night when I left the Brooklyn Standard, and it was would have been after 2 a.m, because I used to arrive on time and leave when the band's finished. And I went to get my car, and there was a policeman measuring next to my vehicle, which I found extremely odd. And I worried that I might be a little bit over the limit because I'd had a drink not long before leaving the club, my 4th drink, and I usually pace them out. So I didn't dare drive away, especially with a policeman standing right next to me. And he was kind of leering at me rather inappropriately, I might add, considering he was a policeman. And I got very triggered. And anyway, I sat in the passenger seat, pulled out my little, portable little breathalyzer that my friend Lynn had insisted I bought, and it didn't come with batteries. So I thought, fuck! And I was tired because, I danced frenetically and energetically I'd been there since 11, so for 3 hours, and I was actually quite weary too. And I thought, well, you know what, Tanya? In those days I was still Aarons. You know what, Tanya Aarons? You'll have to take charge of your life. You'll have to get out of the car, go and find batteries. So I was walking to find batteries when Scotty Baby and his off-sider, who's quite lovely too, names just escaped me, Luke, came driving past and stopped in the middle of the road and wolf whistled to me. I didn't know then that I know now. They were just really laughing at me and mocking and deriding, taking a bit of the piss, because when you're in love, you're blind to these things. And I was in love with all of them, thinking they were my tribe and my replacement family. Sad, isn't it? Fucking sad. But anyway, I'm not upset about it now. I've reconciled with it all now, realised they were mocking and deriding me and I was oblivious. Just quite lovely to be oblivious. Anyway, they wolf whistled, Scott wolf whistled, and Luke burst out laughing hysterically, probably because they're thinking, oh, that stupid old bag, And I'm walking wearing my cowboy boots and my leopard skin dress and my underbust, frantically looking for batteries. So I said, what are you boys doing trawling for women at 3 o'clock in the morning? I was joking. And of course they took a little bit of offence at that. And I said, what are you doing running around in the night like a wild woman? So that was a correct answer. And I said, I'm looking for batteries. And then they both looked at each other and burst out laughing because they thought the batteries were for some other kind of device which one might bring home with oneself in the night, as opposed to a red-blooded man that, most of all, fairly useless. So some women rely on devices. But unbeknownst to them, I don't bother with any of that. And I said, no, the batteries are for my breathalyzer. There's a cop right next to my car measuring. I don't know what he's doing, and I'm worried I might be a little bit over the limit. And I said, I can't find the 7-Eleven. I can't find it. And Scott was so funny. He said, it's just down there, the next street, turn right, and you exactly where the 7-Eleven was. So I was like, oh, thanks for that advice. Much appreciated. And off we went. He drove off with Luke, and I went to get my batteries. And it was actually a bit funny again when I went into the 7-Eleven, because I said to the young Indian man working there, I'm here to buy batteries. And he also looked at me like, 3 in the morning. What does a woman want batteries for? Does sound a bit weird and a bit sus, people of Earth, but it was legit for my breathalyzing Duvallaki thingy. So anyway, after all that, I got back to my car, and the cop was still there. I'd had a little brief interchange with him, and weird ass cop, weird ass man. I should have been genned up by him measuring everything, that they were about to change the parking sign. So the following week, when I went to the Brooklyn Standard, I got a huge parking fine. They wanted to charge me $622 because I hadn't realised they had changed everything that very night when they were measuring it all out. The fuckers. So that was upsetting too. It really was kind of a series of outrageous misfortune and unfortunate events, and all along I was being laughed at and mocked and derided and treated like some kind of mascot or iconic fucking whipping post, while they were laughing at my sweet naivete, thinking I was laughed. Oh, but I'm over it now. It's not the first time people faked love for me. I had an entire marriage that lasted 10.5 years with a man who didn't actually love me or even like me very much. So from that experience, I learned to not actually give a fuck what anyone thinks, because ultimately the real ones love you no matter what, no matter who, and the rest can just slough the fuck off. And I'm okay with sloughing people off, because that's what snakes do, don't they? A wood snake in Chinese astrology. It's a painful process shedding that skin. It took Sybil 12 fucking days that she was here, and from Halloween to Remembrance Day, 2024, wasn't it? Or was it last year? Anyway, it's a difficult process, sloughing off things that don't quite fit and squeeze you and confine you into a small but perfectly unhinged paradigm where you're not really welcome, you don't really belong, but you're in denial. Once you release that skin, people of Earth, it's a great catalyzing release. So I can be grateful now. I can be grateful now. Not being surrounded by vampiric, louche-feeding, disingenuous people is bliss. Babies. Right, don't know what time it is, but we were 28 minutes in, so I better hurry up with the story. Dinner. When I couldn't find the restaurant, doped up and stitches in my mouth. Know how that feels, people of Earth. And you came out looking for me when I phoned, and then I circled round, holding your voice in the receiver, and watched until I saw you walking up towards me, talking me in, talking the way I didn't, don't, about penguins. Speaking of penguins, those bastards, our Australian government, are now vaccinating innocent penguins and pelicans because of bird flu, which is really their latest bioweapon du jour, poisoning all our wild birds. Wasn't enough they culled off all our chickens a couple of years ago to the extreme that we had no eggs. It's really quite bonkers, isn't it? What does Katie Hopkins say? Today in batshit bonkers Britain, we'll hear it's batshit bonkers Australia, and they're all toxic as fucking. Why am I even engaging with them? It's foul. It's a befoulment. Speaking of befoulments, dentistry, lamp oil, cruelty, theft, forgiveness, coming quietly, the possibility of losing everything, the possibility of writing on the dark. Been there, got all of that, got the multiple t-shirts. My new t-shirt's arriving, my new Deify t-shirt. Unfortunately, they didn't sell any scoop neck t-shirts, which is insane. So I've paid $40 to have a Deify t-shirt, which is my personal logo. Now I have to cut the neck so it's a scoop neck and sew it myself, which is kind of a bit rude really. When you buy something, it should be how you want it. But I figured I was impatient. When I wanted it yesterday. It was a bee in my bonnet about being autonomous and independent and having what I want, provided I can afford things and sew them myself. Oh dear goddess. Anyway, I must explore iron-on transfers or something of that kind so I can make my own replacement t-shirts when that one wears out. $40 and it hasn't even got the neckline I wanted. My mother would be screaming at me, "Why are you wasting money on stupidity?" Because it's my money, Mother, and if I want to waste it, I'll fucking waste it. And it's not really a waste, because it's a purple t-shirt with Deify on it, which is what I primarily wanted. And some things aren't always perfect, you know. Like when you fall in love with sadists and idiots who think they're going to take the piss out of you for the entire time you're pouring energy into them and their friends and family members, I might add, and whoever else came to those gigs and fed. Eternal fucking fountain of feeding. Well, I don't feed them anymore. You disrespect me. You don't get to participate in my energy. End of. It's one rule I made for myself, only actually a few short years ago, not to pour life force into fucking dickheads. Dishonourable ones. Fuck them. I'm serious about that, by the way. Anyway, and we said we were glad that we were alive. More precisely, that we were glad of each other's lives, if not our own. Which is the way that joy comes in, quietly and written on the dark. Written on the dark. The sun is shining now. It's going to shape up to be a lovely day after all. I told Tarina it's going to be a shit, pissy, rainy day and it might be a bit miserable, and then she wisely said that the weather is often different in the Redlands, which is true, and here it is, already shining for us. The gods have spoken. I just don't want to live with anyone, seriously, because of my independence and my trauma issues. I don't live well with other people, but having friends and having, good rapport with people and having lovely outings is always a lovely thing. Right, where's my birdie? Swinging off his swing, going nuts. Mummy's going out soon. Yes, you'll be stuck in your cages all frickin' day. I feel a bit guilty about that, but it's only one day. It's only one day, my handsome Kermie. Look how cute he is. He really listens when I talk to him now. Are you my lovely boy? You gonna come to Mama? Come on, come to Mama. Come. Come on. One day you'll be like Charlie and you'll sit on my shoulder and we'll go walking around the garden, possibly the neighbourhood. Although he's a flight risk, isn't he? You're a flight risk, Kermie. Yes. What do you say to that? She's, well, I'm a bird, Mama T. Birdies must fly. Charlie didn't fly very well, so she wasn't a flight risk. She did run away once, though, for a week. Made friends with the people down the road. I was lucky to get her back, quite frankly, because they'd already fallen a bit in love with her. Oh, she was a lovely bird. She really was. Most unusual. Kermie, what you doing? You having a drink of water? He's discovered that in the beautiful mix that I buy for them, which is not cheap, it's $15 a bag, but it's well worth it. I'll show you. Have I showed you before, Carl? Yes, handsome boy gets all excited when he sees the bag. But it comes with almonds and shells and peanuts and shells. And look, I've been giving it to them for about 2-3 months. And at first he didn't know what to do with a dried banana, but now he really likes a dried banana. You know what he does? He soaks it in his water bowl and softens it, and then... And this morning I wanted to film him actually because it was so delightful. He's never had any interest in the shelled peanuts or the shelled almonds, none. He sort of casually would sort of chew at them a bit, but he didn't actually eat them. But this morning I saw him biting apart the peanut shell and breaking apart and getting the peanut out, and he didn't do anything with the peanut. He still doesn't quite get it. So I found the peanut floating in his water bowl, so I just chucked it back in with his mix, with his fruit medley mix. But he's starting to understand that the peanuts are for eating, and so he's chewing on everything. And I was so excited, a proud mother. He's never had all these wonderful treats that I buy them. Keeps me poor, people of earth, but I don't mind. You know, I really don't mind. And you've got a new trolley coming for your outside cage. Yes, so it's stable. Better bloody be stable. I might have to tie it onto the trolley to make sure that it's stable. So I've got to go to Bunnings or Total Tools and buy kind of straps, long straps with a buckle, because it's got to be stable, and the cage has to stay on that trolley when I move it. Can't be sliding away, especially in an emergency with a snake probably potentially bearing down on them like it did once with Charlie. So it's all happening for you boys. You have a better quality of life than Charlie had. I'm telling you that now. You are far more spoilt than they were. And you're not even like really my friend. He is though. Look, he looks now. He's looking at me. Got any more peanuts, Mama T? Yes, I do actually. I'm going to buy some. I'm going to have to source some. They have to be raw. I saw peanuts and shells at Coco's at Annerley, but they were roasted. And I thought, they might be rancid. I don't know, I'm not sure about giving that to birds. Look at you, lots of flying. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. So Mama's going to buy you some almonds and shells and some peanuts and shells. So I've got some in supply here to add to your mix as a bit extra. Probably can't give them too many because probably too much fat and protein. Don't want to make them fat, do we? But we've got to have our little treats, my darling. We've got to have our little treats because life is short and should be enjoyable. Right, where was I? The joy that comes in quietly written on the dark. So it was a strange thing that he was thinking about. Penguins, eggs, dentistry, lamp oil, cruelty, theft, forgiveness, coming quietly. Come as you are, as a friend, as I hoped you would be. Hurry up, take your time. The choice is yours. Don't be late. Kurt Cobain, my little champion from the spirit world, got that fucking tooth out for me in the end, didn't you? You wonderful, wonderful man, you. Wonderful man. A real man protecting the Tanya Boadicea. Although I wasn't Boadicea then. It was kind of another transitional, close to death experience, and it taught me I need to reclaim my power. This time, unmitigatedly, unapologetically, and unrelentingly. Because otherwise, just walk around feeling dead all the time, don't you? I've lived enough eons on this planet feeling dead without giving them any more of that life experience. But a revivified, reclaimed, re-empowered, reinvigorated form of zombies. There's something about walking and dancing with death. That's why I'm a shaman in a sense, only because of all my near-death experiences, you understand. And the spirits come to me when I need their assistance. In that case, without me even asking. Although I must have asked somehow in the throes of agony. I must have put out a request, because in a nanosecond, that's what I was hearing, that song singing to me, calling me back. Even the professor saw it. How are you going, Tanya? Which really meant, where are you, Tanya? They can see it in your eyes when you leave your body and you're floating between realms. They have decades of experience seeing people writhe in agony and leave their body. Some of them actually enjoy it because they're sadists. Some of them are actually deeply good, kind people. I think that Professor Strike, was it? I think he was genuinely kind. He just had to let it play out as long as he possibly could, because they were students and they needed to learn. They learnt much that day. They learnt much. What happens when you sadistically torture the Tanya. So people see me as this short little fat hobbit woman who's, impoverished and maligned and abused. Think they can climb on and have a ride. They only ride so far before they get bucked the fuck off, people of Earth. I'm very indulgent, depending on the circumstances, if I deem it necessary for my future survival. But other times, I'm quite capable of bucking myself the fuck off too. I will not comply with draconian evil idiocracy. Bye-bye, vocal media and Stripe that I invested in for 5 fucking years. Fuck. Well, anyway, on a happy note, the skies are blue after this morning's rain. And we'll complete the story because I really do need to go. And we said we were glad that we were alive, more precisely that we were glad of each other's lives, if not our own, which is the way that joy comes in, quietly and written on the dark. Needed to repeat that. It's important, people of Earth. The rooms always come with their different shapes of darkness. Lintels and blades of shadow where we stumble in the small hours and cannot find the glass, the switch, the doorknob, whatever it is we are searching for and think we need. I looked at my new brass Art Deco door handle last night and I was like, you did that, Tanya Bodicea. You manifested that and you bought it and you put it in the fricking door all by yourself. What a woman. The more things I achieve, however small like that, the more I feel happy and grateful and powerful. Right, there's my little snocks. Sitting perhaps in that room in Cologne and beyond the generous window and the sense of expensive confinement is a street lamp and the cemetery wall, a view onto old graves. And I think I need to try and make you laugh. Nicely hard and always worth it. And I think I need to do that. And I think I need to see the black flame of your hair, suggesting the black flame in your head. And I think I need to see the way your beard grows when you leave it, as if it would like you to seem ridiculous. And I think I need to feel the way your stomach flinches under touch, that nice shyness. And I think I need to see you smile. And I need the way you smell when you haven't washed. And I need to see you smile. I need to see you smile. But I'm wrong, of course. I don't need it. What I have must be enough. No one survives without having enough. I have the light from the smoke alarm in the ceiling, the pinprick of red ticking on and off. And I have this tiredness and this fear that all there is left will be waiting by myself while dying comes closer, travels. You said you were afraid all of the time. Now that's how I am too, but I can't tell you. And I did nothing to help you when, from the first time, you helped me. Dying in a plane crash, never finishing another sentence, being ugly, being selfish, being useless, being hurt. The stupid fears a stupid person has. You lifted them very precisely away, as if you knew what you were doing and knew me. The good I found in you, I never showed you properly. I was not convincing. Now I'm in this room in New York, thick rain clattering down the skylight, and it's my late evening in the middle of your night. Even our days separated, staggered apart. My luggage has gone missing. This would be funny if I could make it a story for you. Another disastrous journey that wouldn't matter much, because we're all right and care that we're all right. Only I have no story, because you don't want one. I have this which you won't read. Whatever form of words I find, it will make no difference. There's nothing more you'll let me say to you. I work in invisible ink, unsay myself in rooms I don't want and don't know, and I keep on the road to stay ahead of so much silence, to be beside you in this one way, travelling as I know you're travelling, running. I never was sure what we believed in, except each other. But since I am helpless, and you may be too, I make us a prayer every night which asks if you could be happy, if you could be safe. Then I would have almost enough. My love never was any better than that. Very profound, and actually quite appropriate to what I'm going through at the moment. What am I going through? What am I always going through? Craving safety and not being invaded or used or abused or maligned or slandered or taken advantage of. Treated with courtesy and basic decency and respect. It's all any human wants, isn't it? From life. That kind of basic unconditional love. Anyway, I'm going to finish there for today. There was no title to the story. What was the author's name? It was Kennedy something, wasn't it? A.L. Kennedy. Beautifully written, Mr. Kennedy. I salute you. They're all beautifully written, but that one was particularly synchronistic and potent, because ultimately we're all running from or to something we know not what, but running, metaphorically speaking. And the mentions of penguins and dentistry was a bit synchronous too. Dear Goddess. Anyway, in the meantime, while I'm running in denial about tooth 24 and what needs to actually be done, running to and from death as I do every day. Sometimes we kiss a long, slow tongue smooch, a French kiss the morning, as John Bon Jovi used to say. Life's a bit like that sometimes. A long, hard slug with a long, hard slag. Oh, you have to laugh. Anyway, carry on. Be awesome, people of Earth. What else have we got going on? Love to you all. Have a beautiful day. Be blessed. And remember, as always, to never ever let the bastards grind you, me, us down. Hold your line. Experience the divine. Even those of you who don't believe in God, doesn't matter what you believe or don't believe, the magic is out in the world. Be prepared to have unexpected adventures and miraculous epiphanies, and manifest your dreaming beautifully with harm to none. in competition with none. So it is done. Blessings from Titania's realm and sacred space. Bye for now.